So, if you've been watching the news cycle at all today, or you've been on X, you'll notice that X was hacked. It's been hacked a couple times. It gets hacked apparently quite often, but small, uncoordinated hacking efforts. It doesn't really do much against the platform. But today, apparently, it was a pretty big and coordinated attack. I'm going to read this article. This is Fox, so it's going to be a little bit more, a little more skewed towards the right, not so much dog shit propaganda. It's got its own propaganda. They're all dog shit, but not as it's a little different dog shit. It's got a different taste, if you will. All right. So Elon Musk says X facing massive cyber attack originating from the Ukraine area. Tech billionaire Elon Musk said that the social media platform he owns is facing a massive cyber attack, adding that the attack appears to be coming from the Ukraine area. Well, we're not sure exactly what happened, but there was a massive cyber attack to try to bring down the ecosystem with IP addresses originating in the Ukraine area, he said, while speaking to Fox Business's Larry Kudlow on Monday. Earlier in the day, Musk posted about the attack on X. There was and still is a massive cyber attack against X, Musk, who is heading the Trump administration's DOGE, wrote on X. We get attacked every day, but this was done with a lot of resources, Musk said. Either a large coordinated group or a country is involved. X suffered periodic outages on Monday morning. Few additional details were immediately available. Musk purchased the social media platform, then known as Twitter, for $44 billion in October 2022. He rebranded the platform to X in July 2023. The outages come as another Musk company, Tesla, is facing takedown protests as facilities across the country, Musk has alleged that left-wing billionaire George Soros, LinkedIn co-founder and billionaire Democratic mega donor Reid Hoffman and others are bankrolling the demonstrations. Musk companies, which also include SpaceX, hold billions of dollars worth of contracts with the Department of Defense. Trump has praised Musk's work through the Department of Government Efficiency as the administration aims to save taxpayers billions of dollars in government spending it considers wasteful. So they're giving you a little bit of whatever on Musk, as if we don't all know. But yeah, this is there's a lot of coordinated efforts, it seems, to go after Elon now that he's heading Doge, which would scream this isn't typical protest stuff. This isn't typical where a thing's happening and people would get behind it so much. So it seems very coordinated. So I would think that this cyber attack has probably been coordinated by such nefarious parties that are trying to coordinate his takedown in the States. But there was also another cyber attack, a very large cyber attack against cryptocurrency just a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to read this article, a little bit of it. There might be some correlation in this as well, because it could be the same hacker group that might be doing this, because these guys are massive. So North Korean hackers cash out hundreds of millions from 1.5 billion Bybit hack. So what they've been doing, I'll give you a synopsis. I'm not going to read this article, but this Lazarus Group, you probably heard of these guys before. They were responsible for a bunch of big crypto heists or hacks and some bank hacks and such. These guys, they were the ones that were behind that. I forget that big one in California, whatever it was, about a year ago almost now. And so they're responsible for this one. And now what the problem is with this is they've got all this crypto that they've basically taken this crypto and they have control of it, but they can't get it out. They can't get it out and transfer it into real money. So that's the problem with crypto. It's like if you can have a whole ton of crypto somewhere, but you have to sell it through exchanges and such, right? So it's got to be able to be exchanged into real money, or else it's just digital money. And it's all being tracked by, by the what do you call it? Whatever. I forget what it's called. I'm drawing a blank here, but they track it electronically, right? So they know all the they know where it's all going, whose hands it's transferred between. So right now they've been able to get 300 million of this 1.5 billion, so about 20% of it, where they've been actually able to get it out into cash. So it's unrecoverable at this point. But the rest of it, the 1.2 billion, it's still kind of out there. So I would think that big hackers like this in countries like North Korea, where there's really nothing we can do. I mean, if the country is shielding them, and we don't have any kind of agreements in any way with this country, they can just kind of get away with what they get away with, and we just have to protect ourselves against it. So I would say there's a good chance that it's related. Like these groups are related to these big hacks, like X's hack today. So I don't know, man. It's it would seem that these are coordinated in some way, at least. And what's to say that, you know, I got to be careful what I say here because I don't want to get completely shadow banned on the thing. But nefarious acting people and groups that are going to be affected by DOGE negatively, maybe working with these countries or hacking groups to go after enemies. We'll say it that way. So I don't know. It's I think it correlates. I think it's all kind of connected. So we'll have to see. We'll see what Elon comes up with, if they're able to figure out who exactly did hack X and why. But for now, it's all up in the air.